Hello and welcome to LAT's Weekly Market Insights. Let me start by wishing you all a really happy new year and all the best of luck and success for all of your endeavors in 2021. After the events of 2020, you would not be blamed for having the expectation or the hope that perhaps things would return to some form of normality this year. However, this has been anything but a normal start to the year. News flows have been thick and fast-paced, action-packed with developments from all around the world, and that's known more so than in the US. US Republican supporters tried to disrupt proceedings this week by storming the Capitol building. Now, since this act, Democratic leaders in the House have tried to persuade Vice President Mike Pence to forcibly remove Donald Trump from office by invoking the 25th Amendment. Unsurprisingly, Mike Pence was not an advocate for this, but since then, Trump has later gone on to concede that for the first time, Joe Biden will become the next US president. And despite fanning the riots, he has also gone on to condone those involved in the events. There's been further widespread repercussions also. The outgoing president has faced increasing isolation as several members of the administration, including Betsy DeVos, the education secretary, and Elaine Chao, the transportation secretary, resigned in protest over his conduct. Social media sources have even gone as far as to close his accounts, Facebook saying they will close his account indefinitely. However, despite all of this, markets have remained positive at the start of 2021, with the S&P going on to post new highs. We can see that chart here in the top left-hand corner on the 4-hour chart. See this continued uptrend and a break through this resistance high set up here at 37.80. This broke yesterday. Yesterday afternoon with an impulsive push and impulsive move higher before moving through this R1 monthly pivot point. Now we're holding above the 3,800 round number at the moment. 3,900 sat beyond that R2 monthly pivot. So it'll be all eyes now to see, can we maintain this bullish start to the year? Can we hold above this R1 pivot and perhaps see a move up towards 3,850 and that next R2 pivot point? For Tesla, it has been an absolutely phenomenal start, and the chief executive of Tesla, Elon Musk, has now gone on to surpass Amazon's Jeff Bezos to become the world's richest person. He was boosted by a 4.8% rally in Tesla this week. His net worth has now gone on to $188 billion as of Thursday morning. So amazing move here in Tesla, and we can see this just accelerated uptrend, back-to-back positive days this week. It all started back in November, really, where we saw this excellent breakout of this symmetrical triangle, and then we continued up. Now, round numbers, no doubt Elon Musk will have his eyes set on the 100 mark, 90 not too far above, having just broken through as of yesterday that 80 round number region. So all positive news here for Tesla. We'll be looking to see, is there a correction on the cards? But for now, it is happy days for Elon Musk. On the other hand, not quite so happy days for some Chinese stocks. The MSCI will drop 3 Chinese state-owned telecoms companies from closely followed stock benchmarks as it rushes to comply with an executive order that the Trump administration put in place back in November. And that executive order was barring investment in companies with alleged links to China's military. So shares of China Mobile, China Telecom, China Unicom will be removed at the close of trading today. And now that is the last full trading day before the executive order signed in November by President Trump goes into effect on Monday. Now we can see as we come across here to China Telecom, some of the damage that is being done here. Now the sell-off started a fair way ago now. We're looking here on the weekly chart, but really that has been escalated and exaggerated since that executive order was put in place in November. We saw that break lower, and now the previous current low that was sat here at that 200 psychological round number has also gone on here to be broken in China Telecom. So it really is looking pretty bleak here for these markets, and expectations for it not to get any better as they are removed from some of those key benchmarks. So psychological numbers to look for, that 150, and then of course the 100 down through here. If we look to apply, just looking at this technical downtrend, if we look to apply a Fibonacci extension to try and predict potentially where could this market move to, the 100% extension does sit us down just above this 150 round number. So that should be our next target, our next look towards China Telecom here, but really not a positive moment for this equity in particular. And now here on home soil in the UK, we've been plunged back into a third national lockdown as cases climb and the NHS is stretched to its limits. All pressure will now come on the government to ensure a fast and efficient vaccine rollout. And that hasn't been a smooth start. Matthew Hancock yesterday, embarrassingly turning up to one of his distribution centres where they had not yet received the Oxford vaccine. Birmingham also suggesting they have not yet received their vaccinations, so potential rocky road ahead, and throwing a spanner in the works for this lockdown to come to a speedy and hasty conclusion. And if all of this wasn't enough, of course, it is jobs day this week. Non-farm payrolls out later today. Expectations is for a week number of 71,000. ADP figures previously in the week already coming out as a negative here at negative 123,000. So as we look towards this non-farm payroll figure of 71k, we'll be looking to see, is the writing already on the wall for this? Are we expecting to see a weak number and therefore perhaps some weakness, further weakness, prolonged weakness coming into the US dollar? Of course, this could already be priced in with severe movements in the dollar, and we are actually seeing a little lift at the moment in the US dollar, so perhaps already priced into the market, but only time will tell. All eyes towards this data release coming out at 1:30 with Canadian unemployment rates alongside it. That is all from us this week. Please do join us same time next week.